I don't even know what she does, but she just sits on social media and like talks about to women essentially about, you know, I think underlying tone is don't date broke men. Don't date like these. Like it's a very toxic approach. But she has, I think, grabbed a stronghold of a lot of women on social media who subscribe to her to think this way, to spew this rhetoric out of like what women should be looking for in men. Men are expected now to, you know, from what the sprinkle movement is, it's like men are expected to pay all the bills. Men are expected to pay for all the dates. Men are expected to pay for your nails, hair, all these things. In today's economy,
it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And so the thought is, it's like, why is that the norm? Why is that the expectation? What does a provider mean? Like, in my opinion, a provider doesn't mean someone who's going to pay financially for everything. That's not a provider to me. I think, you know, when someone becomes the mother of your kids or someone's raising, then there's a partnership that, you know, is communicated and talked about and understood. And if the partnership agrees on, hey, you're going to be the stay-at-home parent. I'm going to go out and chase this bag. That then is where financial, I think, moves under that umbrella of providership or being a provider. But not once do I think being a provider means when I start dating you. But it's like this sprinkle is all about the dating stage too. It's like that doesn't make sense to me.
Why minute?
All right. Hold on. Laya. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. 1 second. I just want to see what they're talking about. There's levels to it, but it can be providing a meal for a first date to providing a house/home, provide a house, overhead, food on table, clothes, etc. It comes from the upbringing for real. Okay, Lyle, we got a lady. I want to hear what you have to say about this. Hello?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How you doing?
I'm good. And you? It's pronounced Leah.
Leo, yeah, my bad. That's
You
why
good?
I don't be trying to butcher people's names. How old are you, Leo? Where are you from?
I'm 24 and I'm from Jersey.
Okay. So Leah, what are your thoughts on what you heard this man say? And then I just want to from a 24-year-old, what does a man being a provider mean to you?
Well, before I answer your question, I want to start off with is it comes from somebody upbringing, like how they was raised, what they seen when they was younger. Because me personally, I'm not. Me personally, I don't do I don't want to be a stay-at-home mom. I don't want no man to provide for me fully. I want to have stuff of my own. I'm okay with going 50-50 in a sense, to a certain extent. But it's like females look at it as, since we go through the most, like internally, a lot of emotions. We feel as though since the man is the provider, quote unquote, naturally, that they should uplift a female and when it comes to those things that they lack, and if it makes sense. I don't really know if I'm making sense, but I'm trying to say, I don't think like that, but that's mainly the females that I know, I come across for real. They definitely feel as though men should be the provider under any circumstance. But I don't agree with that though.
Where do you think, because I'm only a few years older than you, where exactly do you think that mindset, that whole mentality has derived from though?
From their parents, from their home, really.
Okay, you say that, but if we be real, Leah, um even though black men, according to the CDC, are the, most active fathers and most participative fathers, um it's still a lot of black men and women that grew up like without a dad, that grew up in single parent households.
That's me.
So if a lot of black men and black women grew up in single parent households, and these, girls that are now women like yourself didn't ever see a man being this quote unquote provider, I'm trying to understand where is this mentality coming from a group of women that for a majority of them, this wasn't even a reality for them growing up. They never even seen this before.
Right. Well, I can not say see, I agree with you, but I feel as though it comes from their mom, the single mom. I had this conversation with my single mom too. My father passed away. Oh, make sure you get a man with money. Make sure that man got money. He gonna take care of you. That's what we was raised as with single mom, single parent. I'm not saying all, But that's a narrative. That's a conversation us at that time young ones had with that single mom. So at the time, when we like get older, whatever sense, we look at it, oh, we're gonna make sure we get a man that's gonna provide and cover this and cover that because we had that conversation at a young age. However, when you grow up and if you mature enough, you will know that's not how no man should always be. I disagree. As you get older, it starts to become a debate for real. That's what I see. I will have to disagree. To each his own. Everybody believes. So everybody believes is different. For me, everybody. Some people agree with being a stay-at-home mom. Some people agree with man paying all the bills and I take care of this. I take care of that. It's okay. It's understandable. But for me, I don't agree. I don't want to do it. That's just me.
No, I understand that and respect that, but what I'm saying, Leah, is in reality, in the United States of America, the average, we just talking about the average, everyday, common black man and black woman. The average black man and black woman, when we talking about socioeconomically, they're making between, let's say in 2024, 45 and $50,000, right? Like before taxes, right? So the point I'm trying to make is in all reality, Leah, and again, like I said earlier, this is not just for black people. This is for across in this country, across all demographics, whether we're talking about Caucasian, Asian, Hispanic, Indian, whatever the case may be, in a household, whether they're living in an apartment, a townhome, a single family home, where a man and woman are cohabitating, out of 10 women, 8 to 9 out of those 10 women are contributing financially to their household. Like, that's just the reality of the situation. And we just talking about a man and woman cohabitating with each other. We're not even talking about them having a kid. We're not talking about them having a couple kids, multiple kids. So the point I'm trying to make is, just in reality, that's just a man paying 100% of the bills, carrying 100% of the financial load, and the woman just going to work and doing whatever she wants to do with her money. That's not reality for 85 to 95% of households, Leah. And like it's okay for women to want what they want and desire what it is they desire. But I just think at some point we need to start living in some reality. And then I'm gonna say this and close so you can speak because I'm being long winded. But I just think, and I'm like I said, I'm looking at the comments under this video, and I just came across this today. It seems, Leah, that nowadays women in our and I'm not even gonna say just in our age demographic, but just in general, the modern woman does not have a partnership mindset, Leah. It's like you want a man, it's like y'all want men, and I'm not talking about you specifically, I'm just talking about women. It's like y'all want men to like be slaves for y'all, and y'all just go to work and do whatever you want to do with your money, and then when you don't want to deal with the man anymore, you go find another slave. So I just think that's kind of crazy, but I'm
right. And I see it as a maturity level when it comes to that too. It's definitely a maturity level. Like, I just read one of these questions from the girl. She said, so you feel as though females should always be caregivers? You feel like as though men should be the provider? Or I guess they want you to answer that. She said, "What if you see yourself? If you see females just being the caregivers, that's what you're saying?"
No, not at all. Appreciate the gift, supervillain. 74% of women work and help out financially. That's what I'm saying, Black Milk. Shout out to you, Black Milk. But no, Leah, and then let me, to answer that question, let me add on to what I was saying really quick. And in all reality, like how I said, the average woman that's cohabitating with a man is contributing financially to her household. She's working, Leah. Like, I don't know about yours. I don't know if you have any siblings. I don't know if
I'm the youngest.
Okay. But in also reality, and not just for black women, but women of all demographics, Leah, like when women are pregnant, most women have to work to some extent throughout their pregnancy. most most women are not afforded the opportunity to just sit down and kick their feet up and try to have the most uh healthiest pregnancy process as possible. A lot of women have to be on their feet working while they're pregnant because they don't have the financial stability to be able to do that. Right. So I mean, that's just so to that person that's talking about you want a woman to be a caregiver. Most women, especially black women, are not at home being this stay-at-home mom. They're working. Whether they're single or whether they're in a relationship, and whether they're in a relationship and cohabitating with a man, they're working. I mean, but Leah, let me ask you. So like, I mean, and if I don't know what your relationship status is, but hypothetically, if you're single, if you get in a relationship with a man today, and this man has his own space, you have your own space, are you going to start expecting that man to like pay your rent, pay your utility bill, pay for your damn water? Are you going to expect this man to like start 100% fully like financially funding your lifestyle?
No, one thing for sure, two things for certain. Since I put myself in this position, I'm gonna continue to give myself the world. That's me personally. Second, I feel once again it's a maturity status. Because why am I expecting something out of a man in a relationship when I should be having my own off rip? Off rip, it should be added on. Whatever a man give me, whatever that man or whoever give me, it's an addition to what I already have. I make my plate, I make my bed, I set that table up for myself. And I don't expect no man to maintain what I already set up already. That's what I said. Or it's a maturity status. It's definitely an upbringing, for sure. Because with those type of females that don't agree with what I'm saying, they feel as though the housewife. They feel as though a man should cover their schools and stuff like that. Go ahead, do your thing, to each his own. But me, I want to make sure I got my stuff in my name, so nobody would never have to say they help me with this or help me with that. I want everything on me. That's a great feeling. That's the best feeling to have stuff under you, under your name. Can't nobody take that from you. That's how I look at it.
No, 100%, Leah. But this is something that I've also said in the past. I don't honestly believe, Leah, that our generation. I think we're Gen Z. I don't 100. I don't believe Gen Z women want to be stay at home moms. I don't believe Gen Z women want to be 100%. I don't think they want to be like dependent, like 100% dependent on a man in any circumstance, especially financially. Like nowadays, women, and especially black women, y'all are more empowered than y'all have ever been. Like y'all are going to school, y'all are getting degrees, y'all are starting y'all businesses. Like y'all are out here getting your own apartments, getting your own cars and things of that nature. Like you said, why would you want like, your lifestyle and what you can and can't do to be in the hands of another person, a man at that? And then when he doesn't want to do for you anymore, now you like, you stuck in the sand. Like you like now you down bad. Like I don't believe a lot of women even want to be fully dependent on a man. But it's just weird, Leah.
How I look at it is that by me, I'm gonna correct myself. I probably say a different word. By them depending on a man financially, for them to have that much control, I do not agree with. Right. I disagree.
So okay, Leah. So what expectations? Okay, again, because like you heard the man in the audio say, he said like if a woman is like the mother of his kids, that's his wife, then he'll see things a little differently. But like let's say you and I were to get in a relationship today, and again, I have my own space, you have your own space. What are some basic what are some like just for starters for Leah expectations that Leah has of a man that she's going to be in a relationship with, financially and non-financially, just for starters?
Firstly, once again, like I said, me personally, I don't move on expectation because I don't want to be disappointed. Right. So I go in relationships, friendships, whatever, with an open mind. They can have whatever. They could be at their lowest position. You don't have to have nothing really. I went through multiple of those phases. It's up to like their mindset, where they want to be at in life. like where they trying to go, what they see within themselves. You know, that's how I look at it. As far as relationship, it's not that thing for me. So I can't tell you, oh, I want somebody to have all these numbers in my bank account, and I don't even got that number in my bank account. You know, I can't say stuff like that. That's how I look at it.
So you're not one of those women that, you have like requirements or expectations of a man that you can't even fulfill yourself.
And the thing, let me add this too. I'm not giving pick me. I'm not saying stuff so it can sound good. It's the truth. This is really myself. Can you ask the questions again? Because I just had to clear that up.
Yeah. So I'm saying you don't have like expectations or requirements of a man that you yourself, like you're not asking a man to do things for you that you can't do for yourself.
Exactly, because whatever a man do for me is an additional.
Correct. Okay. I respect that. So let me ask you this though. Women should want to be picked. I mean black man, I've never understood how heterosexual women um you know a heterosexual woman wouldn't want to be picked by a man, especially if they do desire to like be in a relationship and have a family one day and things of that nature. But Leah, you're on TikTok, and I'm sure you see a lot of the videos of women, especially black women, complaining about their dating issues and complaining about just the quality of men out here today. So as a 24-year-old, I don't know if you only be, entertaining men in Jersey. I don't know if you have had communication with men in other cities and other states. But what is your take on what is your perspective on, the men in the current dating scene, like especially in our age demographic today?
Personally, I could say, not personally, I take that back. Women, my age group, I'm gonna say, what I see, they definitely do depend on the depend on a man a lot. They want a man, they want a lot of requirements and stuff when they're not true to themselves. There's a lot of pick me in this generation. There's a lot of, and they only show the media what they want, you know, and but behind closed doors they begging. They want this, they want that. That's how I look at it. Like you gotta come with your own, but not everybody had that mentality. This generation seems to validate, normalize. A man got to come with their own. You know, I don't even know if I'm wording it correctly. I'm trying to say it the best way I could. It just this generation is different. If you have your own part, speaking on myself, I have my own, so I don't seek for validations. I don't seek for a man. I don't. If they come my way, they come my way. But if you have your own, you got your money, you got your funds, you got all this stuff. You won't be looking, seeking nothing for no validation from nobody, really.
Right. And that's and Miss Naya, I'm gonna get to you in a minute. But that's what I've always thought, Leah. As someone that's educated myself, as someone that has a career myself, as someone that's loaded financially myself, I've always thought that and this is my personal opinion, I've always thought like whenever I hear women speak about like a man and his finances, it just gives like broke bitch energy to me, excuse my language. It just gives down bad because if a woman is like really has her own career, she's making her own money, she's able to provide for herself, she's not going to be pressed about a man's financial status. Like, there's women out here, like I said, they buying houses by themselves. They buying new Benzes by themselves. I've been seeing a lot of black women get Benzes recently. I don't know if Mercedes Benz is doing a damn sale for black women. I don't know what's going on. But the point I'm trying to make is there are women and black women out here that are in their late 20s, early 30s, like getting their own money and taking care of themselves. So I'm just trying to understand if you have your own money and you're able to take care of yourself, why are you so pressed about a man's financial status and what he can do for you?
Another thing I could say by me reading the comments, females probably come off like we don't want to be used, which it we tend to get that, like us with open, like big hearts, those us that willingly to help uplift somebody, we tend to get used because we have our own, and the man see that, So once
Yeah,
again, to each his own.
yeah, and I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna let the other two ladies speak. I will say this though, Leah. And these are only for this specific group of women. I'm not talking about the broke woman. I'm not talking about the women that are down bad. Women that do have careers, women that make their own money and take care of themselves. I don't think that they should just be dating any man. I think they should be wanting to date a man that is on the same level as them, socioeconomically. Because unfortunately, there are men out here that like you said, when they see women doing these things, they do see these women as a come up, and they will try to leech off of these women if these women allow it to happen. So even you earlier talking about, man, it don't even matter where he at and what he got going on. It's just all about what his future plans are. I wouldn't necessarily advise you to have that mentality as a woman, because people can say anything, especially men. Men can say anything like to a woman, but you got to look at their actions. And I wouldn't, if I'm not a woman, but I wouldn't date a man on what his potential is. Not at our age. You should see where he's at right now, and if he's on an upward trajectory, then you should take that man serious. But I wouldn't tell you to go, deal with the man that's behind the counter at the gas station, but he's telling you like, I plan to do this, that, and the third, but he's not even doing anything. That's just me though.
Right.
Thank you, Leah. I'm gonna let the other woman on the panel
Of
speak
course,
before I
it's
let you go.
okay.
Let's